Pokemon 1996 is when those small, adorable creatures appeared in our lives.
But 30 years, can you believe it? That's a working adult.
That is 30 more years and they can retire. Like, I don't even know what that looks like, but it's like, you know.
Pikachu's retired now.
Pikachu's retiring. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Otaku Mode podcast, episode 4. Actually, we're moving on slowly but surely.
Yep. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Honestly, it's been a month. This is a month-long not a month-long podcast, but a monthly podcast, and yeah, so we're back for this month. It's spring, or close enough to spring, and there's a couple of things that are popping up in terms of, like, we're filming this or we're recording this the day of Pokemon Day, but like the announcements haven't dropped yet. So we'll be doing some predictions about Pokemon Day, some of the things that we'd like to see, and also really just talking about our memories of Pokemon and our favorite Pokemon, that sort of thing. And then we've got another topic about how we got into anime, because we realized we never talked about how we got into anime somehow. We just said, yeah, we love anime.
We love anime, but how did we get into it? Yeah.
My name is Adrian, and joining me as always is Hayley. How you doing?
Good. As you said, spring seems to be coming up. It's getting warmer, so my mood just goes up with the weather. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it's so much better when it's warmer outside and when the sun is actually shining. We did have some snow since the last podcast, and that was like fun, I guess. People love snow. I mean, looking at it.
Yeah,
I had to
it's
walk
nice
in it.
to look at, but yeah, I prefer spring. Spring is nice.
Spring is always the best, as long as it's not too short. So, which we won't do for this podcast. Keep it at a nice 40 minutes, as always. Not too long, not too short. Anyways, yeah, Pokemon Day.
Pokemon
Happy
Day.
30th anniversary for
my God.
Pokemon. 1996 is when those small, adorable creatures appeared in our lives.
But 30 years, can you believe it? That's a working adult. That
is 30 more years and they can retire. Like, I don't even know what that looks like, but it's like, you know,
Pikachu's retired now.
Pikachu's retiring. Mario's like in the nursing home, like, oh, I'm glad that you joined me finally. Come on over here. I've missed my friend. Yeah, Pokemon. Like, I guess. So there's been a couple things announced, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But first, let's just talk about our memories of Pokemon. Like, what are some of your memories of Pokemon? How'd you get into it?
I was probably about 6 or 7 when Pokemon, like when the cartoon, well, we thought it was a cartoon, it was the anime, but when the cartoon came out, and it just immediately blew up on the island. Like, usually, like, things like cartoons don't really get that much traction, but Pokemon was just, but yeah, it was everywhere. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody wanted to know what it was about. Like, it was so popular that local musicians even made a song about it for
what?
the
like not based off the opening song, but just like a complete original
just
song?
a complete original song. So, like, our island custom is that if something is really popular, people make songs about it. And yeah, there was a song about Pokemon that year. So that's
cool. I'm not gonna lie.
that's how like ubiquitous it was. And yeah, I just remember, I mean, we all know the opening, the pretty epic opening, which
I want to be the very best.
I love the Japanese opening. The Japanese opening is good, but there's something special about the English opening.
I went to the Linkin Park concert here last year in Japan, and
Yeah.
they actually played that as part of their, like, I guess, like they'll play music before they actually start the performance, and
Hmm.
that was the song before they started. And so it was, but they played the American version or the English version, and
Yeah.
the entire Japanese audience was like, "What are we listening to?" I had there was a couple next to me, and they're like, "Who's this again?" I'm like, "Oh, this is Pokemon." They're like, "Oh."
The same thing happened to me when we went to see Detective Pikachu in the theaters, and it was in Japan. So we went to see the Japanese sub version, so it was the English version. And there's a scene where he's like Detective Pikachu is like all sad, and he's like singing the English theme song.
You're
And
right.
like me and my friend were like we got super hyped, and all the Japanese people in the audience were like, "What is going on?
Like, what?
What is this
What?
song?"
We're like, no, no, this is the song. But I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with Pokemon I'm sorry for mentioning this on your 30th Pokemon, but Digimon, the mature edition of Pokemon. But like the opening for that in Japanese, like Butterfly is so iconic and
It
so
is.
like you can go to karaoke and sing it anytime. But in America, all we got was just like saying Digimon over and over until we
It was
changed
still
the
kind of
digital
a bop. It
monsters.
was it was still kind of a
Really?
bop. Like I'm not gonna slam it, all right? I know we have our Pokemon versus Digimon.
They work together. I believe in one world, the Digimon would take care of the Pokemon since they can apparently they have a nursery. Like I think they do well together.
Okay, so you're going with the peace option. They're not
I'm going
fighting.
with peace. They,
You're
they, they
going with
don't fight.
peace. Very
No,
good.
no. I
Very good.
I I couldn't. I never saw Pokemon as like fighters per se. Like they always were so nice to each other and nice to people. And then I think one year in my life I just asked a question like, what do people eat in the world of Pokemon? And then I got sad because I realized
Oh no. Why would you
I I I
let's
never thought about it until one year. I was like, wait a minute, what are they? Huh? Oh,
mean well, that's a side of the industry that we don't want to think about. All right, let's
let's reel it
not
back
on this
into the.
Pokemon Day. Not on this Pokemon Day. We're celebrating. We're not.
We're celebrating. So you got
um,
into it through the anime first,
yeah,
then?
yeah, and like it was so popular. And the thing is, it was sort of a there was like a little bit of a backlash because like the church, like I grew up
Uh
pretty religious, and the
oh.
church was like, oh, Pokemon is like it's no good. It's bad. The things that they're saying it can't be good. And that's sort of like that sort of panic. And so
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to like get any Pokemon cards or any Pokemon like plushies or toys or anything, even though I really wanted it. So I made up my own Pokemon. I
Oh,
like took
what?
the stuffed toys that I had, and I like assign them attacks and like different, like you're a fire type, you're a water type, and I just
Oh,
like
that's
made
pretty
my own
cool.
Pokemon.
At first, when you said I took the plushies that I had, and I was like, "Did you cut them? Did you like stitch them together to make a Pokemon?" Like, it was like, okay, no, much, much, much more better. That's cool. Did you? So did you rename them? Like, or did you
Yeah, I
like name
kind
them
of
from
like
the
gave
official
them like
Pokemon?
I sort of like gave them their own unique names. It was just fully homebrew. Like, let's if we're gonna do D&D talk, it was my own homebrew Pokemon campaign. Like,
That's
couldn't
pretty
have
cool.
access to the real thing, so I was just like, I need Pokemon in my life somehow. So
That's how the best things are kind of created sometimes. Like I'm not lying. A lot of artists, whenever you interview them, they're like, "Oh, so how did you get into art?" Or something. It's like sometimes I just, my parents didn't allow me to have any toys or anything, so I just drew. And then I just drew what I
yeah.
liked, and you're like, "Oh, well, you drew your own entertainment, and now look at you now."
Yeah. What about you? What was your Pokemon experience?
For me, I remember being on the playground, and I think it was like fourth grade or grade 4 in elementary school, and I saw people playing Pokemon and I thought it was like a Zelda ripoff. I came through like the game and I was like, and I didn't even like Zelda. This is the funny thing. I was like, I don't even like Zelda, but this game looks like a ripoff. What is this thing? And I don't know if I asked for it or if my mom just got it for me for ironically Easter. It was in my Easter basket,
Nice,
Pokemon
nice.
Blue, and it was that and like a Game Boy Pocket. And I was like, oh, I was just happy I got a new Game Boy and Pokemon, and I started playing it, and that was probably for me the first like RPG I'd ever played as well. But even then, I didn't think of it that way. I just thought of it like, oh, like I love Bulbasaur, and I love all the little like Pokemon. And I remember going to school, and um, we would do like the Pokemon trading with the link cables. So we would hook up our Game Boys and trade the Pokemon to each other. And the anime was becoming big. And so like sometimes for recess, we would play like Team Rocket versus the trainers. So
Very
like the
good.
trainers
Excellent. That is some
would bring
quality recess time right there.
it was great, and I think for me it was just one of those things where it was really magical, and then the card game came out, and my mom would take me to Books a Million to because they had the whole Pokemon gym where like at book I think it was Books a Million specifically, you would go and they would have like official gym representatives. And then like the Elite Four or whatever, and you would go and battle other people, and then you could battle those people as well. But yeah, I think I just kept playing Pokemon and just
Oh
loving it after
man,
that.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I mean, it's fine because at least, as an adult, like my first Pokemon game was as an adult, which is kind of wild, but now I have access to the games and stuff, and I'm glad that it sort of stayed with me like my entire life.
Yeah,
So,
and I think the amazing thing is that it stayed with everyone for so long because I never thought or I never could have imagined that it would have become. I mean, it's like what the world's number one IP, or if
yeah,
not,
it's up there. It's up
it's
there.
up there. Yeah, and everyone loves Pokemon to the point where it doesn't even make. Sometimes I don't even understand it. I'm like, okay, we have the strangest Pokemon now. I think we're up to what 700 something. And let's face it, they used to be based off of and when you come to Japan, I remember seeing some insects and bugs, and I'd be like, oh, that's a Pokemon. Because for whatever reason, they look more natural here than their US counterparts, because bugs around the world look a little bit different. But I saw a Venomoth and I'm like, that's a Venomoth, just a black moth. And the teacher in the class when I was teaching, when I was working here, they told the students, don't touch it. That's poisonous. I'm like, that's
Oh,
Venomoth.
you're
And it
like,
was
that's just
big
a
too.
real
I'm
life
like,
Pokemon.
it was a real life Pokemon. I'm like, it's the size of my hand too. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm not gonna get next to that. Uh, but yeah,
Hey, but
I never
that
thought.
that makes me wonder, what is your favorite Pokemon? Because here's the thing, every Pokemon is somebody's favorite Pokemon. That is what I have
Yeah,
heard, and I believe it. There's so many, like, you have to have a favorite.
you have to have a favorite. Mine is probably it hasn't changed too much because I do have a few favorite Pokemon, but obviously, where I started out was I say obviously, but yeah, Team Grass. I'm a Bulbasaur fan, and
Classic.
then somehow Pikachu became. I'm not really sure what it is about Pikachu, but I have like 30 Pikachu in my room, and I don't know what it is uh, about that yellow rat mouse. Hey, look, it is a mouse. It's not Rattata, but it's not it's not a fluffy creature. It's a
You're in the right place though, because Japan loves Pikachu. I mean, everybody loves Pikachu, let's be real. Um, but yeah, are you like one of the people who goes to Yokohama for the
the
Pikachu
Pikachu
parade?
parades. No, no, I
Oh, come on.
we did have one of the Pikachu mascots in our office
Mhm.
way back when, and I think they were filming for something, but yeah, and everyone like we're all working right, and there's just Pikachu in the corner doing a little dance or something, and it's like it's so hard to work and not look at you, Pikachu. You're so cute.
There you
I
go.
think what it was honestly it was Pokemon Yellow, where
Mhm,
Pikachu
mhm.
is like your main kind of
Yeah,
companion. That's
yes.
probably what triggered it in my mind. But yeah, what about you?
I mean, my favorite is Mimikyu, which it's like you take the popular kid and you just sort of
Give them a
you
tragic story.
it just yeah, look, Mimikyu has imposter syndrome and I relate to that. I relate to that real hard and I'm just like, I see you, Mimikyu.
If Mimikyu sees you too.
I see what you're trying to do. You just want to be loved. You just want to be accepted.
And the best way to do it is be the most popular Pokemon. That's
Yeah. Solid
it's a good
plan.
strat. It's a solid strat.
Yeah, so, yeah, so Mimikyu just has my heart for just doing its best, just honestly trying really hard. It's not Pikachu, but you know what? It's cute too, and I love it.
Pikachu, yeah, Mimikyu's a good Pokemon, and I mean the list kind of goes on from. I don't have like I think Jirachi is always just really cute, um, and I really like that Pokemon. And Darkrai is maybe one of the coolest Pokemon to me. Uh, and honestly, like I fell out of Pokemon. I want to say after like Gold and Silver, like
Mhm.
that gen. That was the
Yeah.
last one I played, and I had a like I guess going through like a memory of Pokemon. I had a like my last job was really stressful. I mean I was super stressed out, and I downloaded this app called I forgot what the English is, but it's like Poketoru, and it's a 3v3 like match. It's just a matching game, right? Where you just match the Pokemon faces to each other, puzzle game. And I through that game, and it's on DS2 or 3DS, but through that game, I learned all the recent Pokemon.
Nice.
Um, like, and I just that's when I started falling in love with Pokemon again, and then I started playing Pokemon Unite, and me and a friend, and even his daughters. Sometimes they'll play with us, and it's a MOBA game, but it's it's for everyone. And now I play mainly just those sort of games. Like I don't play the mainline titles, but I will
Mhm.
play like give me anything else, I'll try it. Poke
The side
Cafe
games,
was
yeah.
yeah, the cafe game was is actually good. It's
Yeah, I
very
mean,
chill.
there's so much to Pokemon that I think whatever you're into, you could find something that you like. I mean, there's like if you like collecting plushies, there's so many cute Pokemon plushies. If you like the games, there's a card game aspect of it. There's like, any kind of collections, just you like memorizing stuff. There's hundreds of Pokemon for you to memorize, just in Japanese and in English.
And their
Um,
backstories, like holy
yeah,
moly, yeah,
exactly,
there's a
like, the
lot.
evolutions, there's just so much. I think that's kind of why it's managed to just sort of have a hold on people for so long. It's just, like, no matter what you're into at the time, you can kind of find a Pokemon niche to fit in.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think we can go and not talk about Pokemon Go and just how much a phenomena
Exactly.
that was just walking around. Because like honestly, part of the dream of Pokemon is for me for a kid was always being able to like I wish I could go out into the wild and just throw a Pokeball at something. And Pokemon Go is as close as you kind of get to that, but
I
it's
mean,
just like
yeah.
wow.
We were all walking. We were getting our steps in, like, not
Everyone
gonna
was
lie.
stepping. I still see businessmen, and I think
Yes,
more than anyone else, Japanese businessmen, they are on that Pokemon Go still. They still play it.
older people too, surprisingly, like, they've kept up with Pokemon Go. I think it's, like, a really good way for them to get their exercise in. Because I often see if I see somebody playing Pokemon Go, it's usually, like, an older person,
Hmm.
and they're, like, using it to, like, walk around and, it's entertaining, it's, like, low stakes, and you get your body moving, so
If you want to, you can spend 24 hours with Pokemon. It is now possible with Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sleep, and then just play any of the Pokemon games in the day, or
Yeah.
look at a plushie or hold a plushie or something. Anything, it's possible.
Yeah,
But yes,
honestly.
I was gonna ask, what was your starter Pokemon?
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm I'm a fire sign and I just somehow always gravitated towards the fire starters. Like just always you're gonna like if I have to pick a drop of a hat, I'll pick the fire starter.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know what it is about them, but they just appeal to me in general. I think it's just that firepower. Can't beat that, honestly. I mean, I know water beats fire. I know that's how that goes, but my heart belongs to the fire starters.
Fire
It's
starters are cool. I always thought they were supposed to be. I always feel like they're like cute but cool because of their fire. You know,
there's
like I
just
just
something
associate
about
fire with
them,
being
yeah.
cool.
Oh, just like, yeah, that cool energy. They're just yeah. I don't know what it is. I think the only time I ever got swayed to picking a starter that wasn't fire was, what generation is that? I think it was Pokemon, like, Sword and Shield. Um, and it was Sobble. I don't know if you remember Sobble, but
I'm gonna have to go look it up.
little sad, big old eyes, just this super sad looking, kind of like a little lizard guy. And it's just such it's just such a baby. Like I was just like, "Oh no, I must protect you."
Oh, gosh. Oh no, that one. And it grows up. I think this goes to my one issue with newer Pokemon gens is I'm like, I, all y'all looking kind of okay. Cinderace, that evolution from Scorbunny to Cinderace that makes sense. I kind
Mhm.
of feel that,
Mhm.
and Grokey to the evolution. Okay, okay. Sobble, how did you get to be Inteleon? What is this?
Yeah,
What it?
yeah.
What happened to you?
Yeah, I kind of yeah, I fell out after it evolved. I was just like, "Oh, mm, don't know how I feel about this now." But as Sobble, I was just like, "I must protect you. You will be mine." So that was the one time I strayed from my usual pick of fire starters.
I think it's what happens when your head is bigger than your body syndrome. It's like, oh, you need someone to hold you and just come on over here.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. Okay, so let me guess. You are a grass starter.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a
Yep.
grass starter. I think
Yep.
I'll always take those grass Pokemon, even though sometimes I don't like their evolutions at the end. Like I don't actually like Venusaur. I love Ivysaur. I'm like, you could have stopped there. I'm good. And something about Venusaur makes me go, but there's Blastoise and Charizard, guys. Come on. What happened? Uh, in my mind, when I was a kid, I was just like, oh, I feel like I want to go switch now, but that's my boy. So, but yeah, I think I've always gone with the grass starter if any time. And then of course, like Rowlett is the little owl. I love that
Mhm.
little owl.
Yes, that little owl is peak character design, if I must say so myself.
It's got in the little leaf kind of bow tie.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
there's some, they do a good job with accessorizing Pokemon with their I guess their natural um how would you
Elements?
elements, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, like I think it's interesting how we can all form a connection with a Pokemon based off of its look, like something about the designs kind of sing to us, like draw us in.
Yeah.
They're all simple, but I mean, I don't know what it is about why you want to choose A over B, but
I
that's the magic of
mean,
Pokemon.
yeah, it depends. It could be the element, it could be the design. I mean, there's something there for everybody,
There's,
honestly.
like you said, there's a Pokemon for everyone. And yeah, we have like Pokemon Day coming up. By the time this podcast goes out, all the news will be already done. Some of it they've kind of broken up and already shown. Like we've already seen that the Pokemon Red and Blue or Fire, was it Fire Red, Leaf Green? Those are already, you can already get those. Those are $20 a piece on the Switch too. I'd
Mhm.
probably Switch one as well. So those things are out, and you can enjoy those. There's also some of the commercials that they've been doing with a lot of famous actors and just or musicians, just artists in general,
Yeah,
like at the
that's
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga singing the Jigglypuff song was not on my 2026 bingo card, but here
It
we
makes
are.
it makes sense, but I thought she was gonna say Jinx. I thought it was gonna be Jinx. She's like, no,
Oh,
Jigglypuff.
I mean, I could see Jigs being that Gaga aesthetic.
Because I always thought Jinx was like a performer. And I don't
Mhm.
actually know what Jinx is now that I think of it, but in my mind as a kid, I'm like, oh, Jinx is like a performer for some reason.
I mean, that's a fun game, like matching a Pokemon with a celebrity, which I'm sure many people have already done.
Like you
But
said, there's one
yeah,
for everyone, but
there's one
guessing
for
it is
everybody.
would be good.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should do one for ourselves too. It would be like um yeah, so there was the commercials that they've had. They had another one yesterday that dropped that was I think it's just like going over it's like the logo. Every Pokemon is in the logo, like just individually.
Oh, wow.
Um over like 30 years kind of thing, and that's kind of cool. I don't know what they're going to do for like the actual big release. I don't think they've said anything about the card game yet, so they're sure to say something about that. And then we've also got the kind of Pokemon cozy game that's coming out if it's not already
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
uh,
I mean, everybody's speculating that, it's Generation 10 that's gonna be released, so they're sort of holding their breath for that, at least from the predictions that I've seen. Everybody's like, "Yes, Gen 10. Let's
it,
go."
it makes sense. Gen 10, probably releasing next year. I don't know. So not Arceus, but Legends Z to the A. I'm still gonna call it Z to the A, but ZA. That was last fall. And so maybe I mean there's a chance that it could come this year though. In the fall.
Yeah.
I don't know what Nintendo has coming out other than nothing, actually.
Yeah, because, I
For
mean, there's sort of a kind of a lack of games for the Switch too, if I'm just thinking off the top of my head, right?
yeah, there's a lack of games, like I guess those kind of big titles in general,
That
but
those
yeah, for
big
this
flagship games, yeah.
yeah, but for Switch, I don't know what they have planned for summer. I think all we've got maybe is potentially like Dusk Bloods and a Mario. Yeah, Mario has to be coming back this year for a
Mhm.
mainline title, I assume. And yeah, I don't know what else they have that they've talked about.
Yeah, so I guess a Pokemon title has to be in the works somehow, right?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
It
and
makes
Gen
sense.
10 for 30th. Because I guess the
Yeah.
30th anniversary runs from this year to next year, probably
Yeah.
kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's, the 30th year, yeah, so it would be the
Yeah,
entire year.
2026. Crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I'm just thinking we probably could have talked the whole podcast about Pokemon. But moving on, we'll tell you how we got into anime because
Yeah. I
uh,
mean, we're just taking a trip down memory lane today. That's kind
it
of our theme.
it really is. It's a nice Friday kind of thing, just take a trip down memory lane, reminisce. The good and
Yeah.
the bad memories. I think there's always good memories with Pokemon. Anime, there might be some bad memories mixed in there.
I mean, it's fine. We've all made our mistakes.
It's a journey. So how did you get into anime?
All right. Well, okay, so growing up, there was always anime on TV, but it was dubbed, right?
Right.
So they were just cartoons. I had no sort of like distinction of it being like this thing from Japan. But
Okay. Yeah.
the first time I actually knew, oh, this is called anime, this is like a product from Japan, it's originally in Japanese, was it was good old 4 Kids Entertainment.
Good old four
If you
kids.
remember 4 Kids, I want to shake your hand because we went through it with 4 Kids.
Never ending arcs of Alabaster.
Yeah, we could talk a whole podcast. We could talk a whole episode about Four Kids and just the things that they did and the changes that they made. But it was a magical girl anime. The Japanese title is Tokyo Mew Mew, but for Four Kids, it was Mew Mew Power. And I love magical girls, so I started watching it, and it was like totally, completely dubbed over. Like they changed all the names, they changed the opening, they changed the title, everything. But like I had internet access, so I was like, oh, I kind of want like I want to see what people are saying about this. Like I want to learn more about this. So I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is called anime. It's from Japan and it's originally in Japanese. And I watched it and I was like, let me try to find it in Japanese. And then from there I was like, oh, the Japanese voices are so much better. This is great.
And from that moment, sub versus dub was never an issue for Haley. It was always sub.
It was always sub. From that moment I was like, gotta be sub. Yeah, I mean, I love voice actors. I love Japanese voice actors. I just think they're masters of their craft.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just from there I started learning like, what anime is, the genre, and then, it just sort of snowballed from there. I was able to like use that and like get into more stuff. Then I found out about manga, and then that was like more doors opening because there's so much manga. Um, and yeah, that was basically my intro. It was a little magical girl anime on Four Kids on my TV, and that got me into anime.
Huh. When you were saying Four Kids and Magical Girl anime, I was thinking like, wasn't there one like Doremi as well? And I can't remember.
Yes, yes.
That's the one. That's the one I watched. I watched everything. I was like, wait, was that one of them too?
Yeah, it's Ojamajo Doremi, and I think the English title was like Magical Doremi or something like that.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of that one as well. Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, so it was Tokyo Mew Mew that got me into anime, and I should take a look at that one more time, see how it aged.
it maybe didn't. Actually, it might be fine. You know, you can go back and watch like Card Captor Sakura or something like. It's probably along the same
Cardcaptor
lines, right?
Sakura has aged pretty well, surprisingly. We're rewatching it now with some friends who haven't seen it actually, and it holds up.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think a lot of this, I think a lot of some. Well, I want to say a lot of the older ones kind of hold up in some way because they weren't doing too much different from each other. But I do love that art aesthetic from the '80s, '90s anime.
Mm,
Even even though anime now, when people say, "Oh man, dude, did you see that episode? It looks so good." I'm like, they all look good. What do you mean? They all look nice now. You can't even be like, well, I decided to look at this one just because it looks better. Nah, they all look good now. So you
that's
got to go
true.
for substance
That's
over
true.
style.
That's true.
Yeah, I got into anime. I was like similar to you. I didn't know it was anime. I thought they were just cartoons um, on Cartoon Network. And when I was maybe like five, 6 or 7, something like this, they were playing reruns. There were actually 2 reruns. They would play Gatchaman or G Force, and then they would also play Speed Racer.
The Speed
Um,
Racer, I watched that.
yeah, and I would watch those in between like the Hanna Barbera cartoons,
Hmm.
and I didn't think any difference of it because it was like 7 or 8 of those versus these only 2, and I'm like, oh, they're all the same. And I remember, Toonami, like early Toonami, getting home. Sometimes I would get home and Dragon Ball would be on. Um, and I didn't really know any difference between it then until maybe middle school when I think something about just Dragon Ball Z or something like that, or the whole Toonami block. I was like, oh, this is from Japan, and this is like anime, right? And it was like from then on, I think the first one for me that I got really hooked on was, yeah, it could have been maybe Dragon Ball Z. I
Mhm.
think that's the one
Mhm.
followed, but obviously, in terms of 4 kids, which came on in the morning for me on Saturday mornings. Those were my
It was Saturday
cartoons.
mornings, yeah, yeah.
I don't even like. They had so many anime that they would kind of play. Obviously, One Piece was on at like 8 or 9 a.m. I think Digimon was also 4 kids, probably if they went through them. I don't know for sure, but yeah, uh, they had a lot of cartoons. Sorry, anime. There was
Mhm,
a lot
mhm.
of anime.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, it like, if somebody asked, like, "What was your first anime?" I would think, well, okay, if we're thinking of the things that I thought was cartoons, then, you have, like, Sailor Moon, you have, like, Samurai X, Rurouni Kenshin, you have, like, even, like, what was it? Mega Man? I'm
Yes,
like yes, I'm trying to, like, remember, like, what are the Japanese names, what are the English names because they're, like,
I
they're
don't
completely
like that
different.
Mega Man one. I every once in a while I would actually end up watching that, and I was like, holy crap! Like it's one of my favorite. Like that was my first video game that I ever played, and
Ooh,
so I was like,
nice.
there's a cartoon for this, but it came on at 6 a.m. So I could earliest I could wake up was for like Power Rangers at 7 a.m.
Yeah, yeah, and of course, there was Pokémon, which somehow played, like, extremely late at night. It was, like, at, like, 10 p.m.
You guys had
at
the
night.
10 p.m. version, the
I
phenomena.
remember, like, watching Pokémon where, like, everybody was asleep and just, like, sort of sneaking there to watch the TV for some reason, I don't know why.
Pokemon was my before. I think it was they had it shifted during the different years, but I think it was originally either after school or before school. They did it both
Mhm.
times, like both ways. So um but yeah, there was a Godzilla cartoon, and this one actually was Hanna Barbara. Like it was an actual cartoon.
Was it after the Godzilla movie came out? God,
It
what
was
year was that?
so this thing apparently was done. It was along the time when I was watching like Speed Racer and all that. It's 1978.
Uh-huh.
Which is why it always threw me how like why was I watching those, like why were they on Cartoon Network, because I still remember them, Godzilla and Godzuki, the little baby Godzilla. Just like uh yeah, anime,
Yeah.
people
I
are lucky
mean,
now.
yeah, it's so easy, like, you know what anime is from the jump, and you get okay, first of all, getting access to anime as soon as it airs, like,
You ain't gotta wait.
that's that's wild, that's wild.
you can
Um
you can do your subs or your dubs. You have
Exactly,
choice.
like, the choices you have now, it's just and, like, okay, dub voice acting has gotten so much better, like, the
Yeah,
quality has improved, like, I'm still sort of, I guess, a bit of a purist where I prefer the Japanese, voices, but no shade to the English voices, like, it's, like,
they're
top
really.
quality now.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it always depended which one I heard first. If I started in English, I was okay with English, like the
Mhm.
dub. I even watched. My friends always make fun of me for this, but I watched the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that first anime dubbed, and it's notoriously bad. And my friends were like, "Did you watch that sub or dub?" I was like, "Dub, why?" They're like, "Bro, what's wrong with you? Your ears okay?" I'm like, it sounded fine to me."
You're like,
They're like,
I
"No."
got you got the message, man. It worked.
It worked. It worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, anime, like I said, I think that's one of the best things about in terms of now, if you're growing up and like obviously we said there's choice, things are available, you don't have to wait. Even the movies, uh I think for us it was mainly like you got Ghibli movies, and even they were kind of delayed a little bit, but
Yeah,
now.
it took some time.
Yeah, now Jujutsu Kaisen movie or Demon Slayer, some of these larger movies and some of the smaller ones too. Sometimes they'll definitely come to a theater or a few theaters overseas, at least in your country, and that's like it just speaks to how popular anime and manga have become. Because even when I was back home in December last year, I was talking to my family about anime, which freaked me out.
Wild.
It was wild, yeah, and it was this thing where some of the dads in their like 40s or 50s, they were telling me like, yeah, I watch this with my daughter, and like we're on this arc or we're doing
Oh, I
this,
love that. I love that.
and I'm sitting here like when I was, their daughter's age, I was like, I couldn't talk to you. I was afraid to tell you guys I liked anime or something. Like, I didn't know what you all
Yeah.
would think of me. Like, I couldn't even talk about Dragon Ball. I was just like, just felt like I was at my family reunion alone some days.
No, yeah, I know a lot of us, at least, the older um anime fans just have this experience of like sort of being like the only one who was into anime at the time, and you're just like, who do I talk to? And it's sort of like you end up making a lot of your friends online because you're just like, man, I need to find people who I can like relate who can relate to me. But
Yeah.
now it's just like, yeah, you can watch anime with your mom. That's
And they won't.
wild.
My mom, I'll never forget this. She'd be like, what's the name of those cartoons with those funny looking eyes? The people with the funny looking eyes? I'm like, that's, yeah. It's like the funny looking eyes, you know. Um, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. They're still popular.
Yep, yep. Uh,
Yeah, we could go
yeah,
on.
we could
We're
go
at our
on,
40-minute
but
limit, but I'm like, man, we could go on this
we
topic
could
because
we could go on, but
it's a good
yeah,
one. If anyone wants to write in or via social media or on Spotify or anything like that, in the comments, just let us know what your favorite anime is or how you got into anime or your favorite Pokemon, things we talked about this episode. We'll definitely be glad to hear from you.
yeah,
And always check out our social media where we've got some new content going up on, well, that's already up on YouTube, actually. Haley and another coworker, they were eating some cat themed food from the convenience store.
you were about to say cat food, right?
I was about to
Right.
say it. It's really hard not to say y'all ate cat food, but you had
I mean, it's fine because in the video I also say that. I'm like, "Hey, we're gonna try cat food," and thankfully my coworker is like, "Cat themed food."
cat
She
themed food.
corrects
They're
me. Yeah.
very, very important.
But yeah, so February 22nd was Cat Day in Japan, because the two sounds like it's ni in Japanese and it sounds like nya, which is a sound that cats make in Japanese. So it's nya nya nya, which is such a Japanese thing. But yeah, it was Cat Day, and a lot of brands and like snacks and just companies did like cat themed. They just changed up their lineup to like include cat shapes, and we had a good time.
Yeah. So
Um,
definitely uh, go check that out. Not the cat,
yeah,
the cat themed food. Now I'll be
cat
saying
themed
cat
food.
themed food. Yeah, it was actually it's a really good video, and we're looking to do more videos like this as well. So um, leave a comment on there, leave a like on the video, share it with your friends, and if you're in Japan next year for Cat Day, get you some cat themed food.
Yeah, because it kind of like snowballs, like it gets a little bit bigger every year.
Mm,
Because brands want the social media attention. They want to like get the views, get the likes, just get people to like pick up, try new stuff. So I saw like much more cat themed stuff this year compared to last
to
year, and
last year,
I imagine it's only going to be more like by next year. So
yeah,
yeah, if you
and
like cats.
check it out if you like cats and you like food or you like cats and or food, something like that. We've also got a couple news stories as well on Tom News. So if you head over to otakumode.com and go to the Tom News tab, there is a feature article for the recent Ghost in the Shell exhibition that's happening right now through April. And then we've also got an amazing writer who's been doing, you might have seen this on our Facebook and also the other social media, but a lot of series on just like different facets of otaku-ness. This series right now that we've got part 1 and part 2 of this up right now, but it's about taking pictures of like your plushie or like figure, like how to take good pictures and make them look nice. From the composition to the lighting to like the background, all of it. It's like a really, really in-depth. And I can't say enough, like go check it out, go read it, because
Yeah,
it's going to give you some techniques.
and the writer, she did all the work. She took all the photos herself, and actually put what she's writing into practice. So I think it's a really fun article, and it really makes me want to try some of the tips that they have in there.
Yeah. And then always, as I say always, but yeah, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and X/Twitter/Blue Sky. All those accounts are at Tokyo Otaku Mode or Otaku Mode. I'm gonna have to look that up now. You'll know the logo. We have it. It's us. So you can check that out for any announcements. And also, when this podcast goes up, it'll go up on YouTube as well. Also on Spotify and Apple iTunes. No, Apple Music.
Apple Podcasts.
Man, I don't. Apple, tell me what it is. I just need to know.
Apple just split everything into parts. So there's Apple Music, there's Apple Podcasts, and it used to all be iTunes. I know.
Didn't they have a radio as well at one point in time?
Probably.
Wow. It's one of those other things that goes the way of the past. But even if it does go the way of the past, it does come back. Just look at Godzilla. I'm sorry. That was a weird. I was thinking Godzilla went away for a while and then it came back.
I like looking at Godzilla, just in general. So sure, I'll look at Godzilla.
Well, look at Godzilla. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Hayley, do you have anything else you want to close out with?
No, I think you did a pretty good job of pitching, our socials and everything. And yeah, do check out our recent articles, our recent videos. We're working hard to make new content. If you have any content ideas, like, if there's things you want to see, we are looking at our comments. We're looking at our socials, at our messages. So we will see what you write. So don't be afraid to write in.
There you go. Don't be afraid. That's the moral of today's lesson. Don't be afraid to try something new, like writing in, or a new Pokemon that you might not have liked before. You never know. They can surprise you. There's one for everyone. Maybe two.
There's one for everyone.
There we go. All right, everyone. Have a good one, and we will catch you again next month, which will be March. It'll be in the end of March. There we go.
Come on. Let's not jump too far.
I don't want to jump too far.
A heart attack.
The year might be gone too fast, and then I will be afraid.
Yes. All right. It's going to be March, so see you then.
All right. See you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.